Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mamta Harish from Atrium Specialty Hospital. I'm a practicing obstetrician and gynecologist. Today I'm here to give few facts about polycystic ovarian disease. Polycystic ovarian is a common reproductive age group problem. The incidence is as high as 30 to 40%. That means 32 among 100 reproductive women, 30 to 40% are going to have polycystic ovarian issues nowadays. I'm going to tell you what are the common symptoms, what are the criteria to diagnose this, and what is the treatment for polycystic ovarian disease, and what are the complications are the syndromes associated with polycystic disease. When a polycystic disease is associated with metabolic syndrome, that means diabetes, hypertension, dyslipidemia, or ischemic heart disease, then it is called as polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now, how a woman of a polycystic ovarian disease going to present? They will come with menstrual irregularities. Menstrual irregularity could be a prolonged cycle, or it could be a short cycle, or frequent cycles, and a regular cycle with less duration of flow. That means they will have regular cycles, but the flow will be very, very minimal. Most common symptoms will be prolonged periods. The other common symptoms which they present to us is a excessive weight gain and also difficulty in losing the weight. How they will present is that they will be doing regular exercises, but still in spite of that they will not be losing any weight. Acne is another important symptom with which they present. Other thing is hirsutism. Hirsutism means excessive hair growth in unwanted areas like beard area, mustache area, and then the lower part of the abdomen for the women, and also hirsutism, that is and also pigmentations all over the body. Most common symptom which a woman of polycystic ovarian disease is going to present to us is infertility when they are in the reproductive age group. They will have difficulty in conceiving in spite of trying for 1 year. These are the common symptoms. Polycystic ovarian syndrome, most of the women who present to us would have come to know that they are having polycystic ovaries. They will be presenting to us to confirm the polycystic ovaries. How are you going to diagnose polycystic ovaries and confirm the polycystic ovaries? When we generally use Rotterdam's criteria for this, 2 of 3 criteria should be there to diagnosis of the polycystic ovaries. First criteria is menstrual abnormalities, that is prolonged cycles or irregular cycles, which means there is an anovulation. The second one is clinical or biochemical evidence of hyperandrogenism, that is acne, hirsutism. Other ultrasound criteria is polycystic ovaries on an ultrasound, that is pearl-like appearance of the cysts, polycysts, the volume more than 10 cc. When 2 of the criteria are there, we are going to tell polycystic ovaries. Many women say that they had polycystic ovaries in a previous scan, now that has disappeared. It is actually not so. Not only the ultrasound criteria is needed for diagnosis, but also the clinical criteria itself is enough to tell that they are suffering from polycystic ovarian disease. Once you have come to the diagnosis of polycystic ovaries, what is the treatment you are going to give to those ladies who are suffering from polycystic disease? That I would like to divide into 2 categories. One is the one which you can do as a patient who is suffering can do. Other one is the help you are going to get from the doctor. Self-help is the first thing in the polycystic ovarian disease. First is to accept that you are suffering from polycystic disease. So it's not a major thing that can be kept under control. These people will be having a lot of stress related complications. So stress is a major factor in disease symptomatology. So reduce the stress level, which can be done through regular meditation. Exercise, we will go with the WHO criteria for the workout, that is 45 minutes of vigorous exercises which is sufficient for most of the women. If this is not helping you in reducing the weight, you may have to according to your metabolism. Other thing is, after completing your exercises, you need to go for a regular diet which is being prescribed for the polycystic ovaries or which will reduce the PCOS. This is the common question which our patients are asking, which is the diet I should take to reduce the polycystic ovaries. So there is no specific diet, keep that in the mind. Regular dietary habits, that is avoiding your canned drinks, sugars, and also the fried things, which will reduce your calories and unwanted calories, and which will be helping you in reducing the weight. Moreover, you can add fruits, vegetables, sprouts and the proteins, which will be helping you in reducing the weight. If the weight is too much, if they are obese and morbidly obese, they can take the help of dietitian. So their weight loss will be under somebody's control. It will help in reducing the weight quickly. And also, when they come with the symptoms of when there is a cosmetic symptoms, like they are presenting with acne, I would suggest them to go for a help of the dermatologist. If there is a hirsutism, they can go for laser treatments, which will help them to clear their hairs, and the skin will be clear, which will be helping them to look good. Once you have done all these things as a patient, then there is a role of the doctor. How is your doctor going to help you when you are suffering from the polycystic ovaries? First thing, depends on your symptoms and the requirements. If your symptom is only irregular cycles and you want to regularize your cycles, the doctor is going to prescribe you pills. Oral contraceptive pills these are the pills which has combined oral contraceptive pills which has estrogen and progesterone. This will be helping you in regularizing your cycles. These are given for 21 days so that your cycle will be coming regularly. After this, other thing your doctor is going to prescribe is the progesterones at intervals to get the cycles if you are not getting the periods. I would like to emphasize one thing here, that if you are not getting your cycles, you are going to put on lot of weight. You are putting lot of weight, your cycles are not coming regularly. It's a vicious cycle. So if you should not let your cycle prolong more than 45 days. By anything, if you are going beyond 45 days, you need to get your cycles if you are not willing to take your oral pills. Next important thing is the treatment of the infertile couple infertile couple who is suffering from polycystic ovaries. These couple would have tried for the pregnancy for more than a year. When they come to us, we will do certain blood tests and then the scannings. We will assess the patient. Their requirement will be to get them ovulated. Here the doctor is going to prescribe you the tablets which are going to make them ovulate. Once they are ovulating, they will monitor that on an ultrasound, and then they are going to give the rupture. Then the treatment goes. So the main aim in an infertile couple is to make them ovulate. Here sometimes we can use even the insulin sensitizers also. Other surgical treatment for the polycystic ovaries is confined to the couple who want fertility, that is ovarian drilling. This is done as and when required based on the patient's need. Then once we are finished with the infertility, these are the I would still say that these people need not have to get worried because they are polycystic and infertile. If they seek help, their problems can be solved. Other important long-term implication of the polycystic ovarian disease is the development of the metabolic syndrome, that is diabetes, hypertension, dyslipidemia and ischemic heart diseases. Women with the polycystic ovaries are more prone to develop these diseases, 10 times more prone to develop these diseases when compared to a person who is not having polycystic ovaries. This can be controlled by regular diet, exercises and relieving the stress. Now I would like to add on one more thing. The most common cause for this PCOS is multifactorial, but they emphasize that genetic cause is one of the things, that your mother or the grandmother must be having polycystic ovaries disease and now you are suffering from that. But why they did not develop the symptoms? That is because of their lifestyle. They had a good healthy habits and also the stress levels were less. Now, because of the fast world, we are having we are developing symptoms very early, and they are going to be more severe than what they used to suffer. Finally, I would like to tell you all that polycystic ovarian disease is not any syndrome that you need to get worried. It is a treatable problem. You seek medical help, things will be better. Thank you.